Hey guys, Sabina here, and in this week's video we're doing my studio tour. So I mentioned this in my couch makeover video, that the couch was the sort of first part of setting up my room. It was the first piece of furniture for my new room, and everything pretty much is set up and ready to go now. So let's go on a little bit of a trip. So initially this room was a storage room for my housemates and my stuff, old bits and bobs that don't really go into your house but you don't want to throw out, collectibles and things like that, and just other stuff like that. Lots of furniture as well. So the first day my housemate and I spent unpacking and going through boxes and keeping what we wanted to keep in new plastic tubs and throwing out what could be thrown out. We ended up throwing out enough for 2 trips to the tip, so we did quite a good job of cleaning out a lot of stuff. In this time we also had a slab laid and built a shed to store all the stuff that was in this room. So I have a couple of clips of what the room looked like on day 2, when I could actually get in here with our camera, because it was so packed full of boxes when we started that there would have been no point coming in to film anything at all, because it was just boxes everywhere. So day 2, it was a lot of the furniture still left in here and a couple of boxes which we quickly sorted through. And then we had to clear out a lot of spiders and a lot of leaves, and my housemate put some extra framing around the door so that bugs and leaves wouldn't just blow in, and we sealed up as much of the room as we could using cork and expanding foam, because the person who built this room did half a job really. After we did that, we painted the walls with a clearance paint from Bunnings. I think it ended up being like $50 because it had a broken lid. By broken, it didn't have a lid, it just had like a plastic cover over the top. We're like, oh, I wonder what the broken lid means. Get it home, open it up. There was no lid. But that's okay, because the plastic cover was really handy. It had a pouring spout and the paint was $50. So not bad. And it was a colour that I kind of liked. And now that it's on the walls, I do really like it. It's a nice soft grey. It has the tiniest bit of purple in it, which it definitely didn't look like on the swatch on top of the tin, but I actually really like it. We also painted the trims with a dark grey, which was a mist tint, so it was also relatively cheap. I think it was $10 for a little tin. And then after that we redid the chair. After redoing the chair, I purchased some stuff from IKEA. I bought 3 black shelves of the floating shelves. I bought 2 that are 1.1 meters long and 1 that is 1.9 meters long. You can see the 1.9 meter one here. And I also got a set of the lac shelving unit, which is just in the corner here. I also bought down my cube unit that was next to me in my background, and I've laid it down under the window to hold a few knickknacks. Then we also painted the metal shelving unit that was like a creamy yellowy kind of colour. Painted that black and painted the Besser bricks at the back of the room white. I had thought about leaving them as they were, but it didn't feel finished. The bricks on this wall behind the shelves and behind the hanging area are normal red bricks, but we are going to be putting sound foam over those eventually, so I wasn't too worried about painting them. The curtains that I bought from Kmart, they were really long, so we had to cut them off, and I hemmed them. Initially, we were going to hang them the right way up, but because of the eyelets and because I wanted to have a double layer curtain, the eyelets made it too thick, so we couldn't put the second curtain in front of it, so we hung it upside down. And I actually really like how the eyelets look. I think they've got a nice sort of design element. A lot of my clothing has eyelets and grommets on it, so it felt very aesthetically pleasing that way. And I found this piece of spiderweb fabric in one of the boxes that we cleaned out from down here, and so it just hangs over. I can tie my heavy duty blackout curtains back and still have like diffused light coming in, so it's not just bright all the time. The next thing we did was we bought a tabletop and some legs, just screwed them together, popped it there, and a little like filing cabinet from Kmart for my like everyday makeup, for my camera accessories, and for my light bulbs for my softboxes. So I also bought 2 softbox lights and a backdrop setup off Amazon. I haven't used the backdrops yet because I have to iron them, and I'm not a fan of ironing, and they are like 1.8 wide by 3 meters long, so that is a lot of ironing, and I'm just not really looking forward to it. So I've put the little drawers underneath my table so they're nice and easy access. And then I was looking at the room and it all seemed really nice, but my filming chair just stuck out like a sore thumb. Everything in here is black, white and grey pretty much, with, you know, the pops of colour from makeup palettes and a couple of other bits and bobs. But all the furniture is all black. And this chair was wood and it had this horrible pinkish fuzz as its coverings, so we took it apart, painted it black, and used the leftovers from covering the stripy parts of this for the back and a bit of scrap velvet for the cushion. And so once it was all put back together, it fits so perfectly into this space. It just looks so beautiful. It matches perfectly with this couch and just, it looks really good. Then I had a lot of fun filling up all the shelves, getting everything into place. So my housemate and I drink a lot of beers. We really enjoy going to our local craft bottle shop and buying artisan beers and just interesting flavoured craft beers, and we keep our favourites. We discovered that the IKEA photo shelves fit bottles perfectly and can hold up to a wine bottle sized bottle, which is good because a couple of my beer bottles are wine sized, so they fit, thank God. But in making those shelves, we had a little offcut of a photo shelf, so I painted it black and screwed it onto the edge of this, so I can put my teas, my coffees there, my phone, and it's nice and close by when I'm chilling out on my couch. So I organised it with my makeup. In the first section, we got some little plastic drawers to sort each thing. I've got my Jeffree Star collection as my sort of main highlight, and then my low-end eye and face palettes and my high-end mostly face palettes in their own spots. The back section of the shelves are all my like witchy things that I've gotten from the Antipodean Witch box, most of my herbs in jars, and other just little bits and pieces. I've also got some crystals set up here and some bones that were found in nature. On top, I have a Gur backpack, and he has got my trench coat for when I go out and it is cold and I'm doing a cyber goth look. If I'm wearing all of my black and green, he is the best accessory. I've also got a sort of vintage sewing machine that my mum found in a roadside collection like 10 years ago or something. It doesn't work, it's broken, but it's very pretty, so I keep my headbands and my horns on that and my goggles. The glass sort of terrarium thing full of some crystals. And then I have a GHD box up there as well, which has other bits and pieces from Antipodean witch boxes from past rituals and past boxes. In the cube shelves, it's mostly just filled with small knickknacks like from my past. I've got my little pig that I got when I was 6, a little goth girl Lego piece. On top I've got my little cast iron cauldron, a skull bowl full of skulls, my few pins which I will be adding to, and I will hopefully make a little pin board at some point to store them all on. I've got a box of tumbled rocks and a few rough stones in there as well, and some more of the Antipodean witch box herbs and salt scrubs. On the lac shelving unit we've got the velvet skull that I got from TK Maxx last year, the Killstar Druzy candle, which smells so much like patchouli, it is very overwhelming, although it has calmed down after being out of the box for a couple of days, so that is really good. A few more crystals and rocks. The next shelf I've got my Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson pop vinyls, all of my Rob Zombie CDs, and a couple more crystals. I felt really drawn to put the cubes on that shelf, they just sort of felt like the right place. The next shelf has got one of my iridescent skulls from Big W, and I think it's a Killstar iridescent mug as well, and a piece of bismuth. The next shelf has a few books. The next shelf has my paper plates and napkins that I got from Big W last year, and some stones and a little plastic skull from Big W. The shelf above me has my collection of weird bags because I just really enjoy how they look. So I've got my brainwashing liquid bag, my creepy coffee cup, my goth juice. This bag isn't weird, it's just very glittery. It matches my Shaker 230Gs, and I need to add a strap to it because at the moment it's a clutch bag and it's a bit too big to be a clutch bag. The Dark Descent, the Goth Milk, and a velvet skull bag. The next shelf has an assortment of skulls. It has a Nephilim skull, a cow skull that I got from Spotlight, and the skull candelabra, well, candle holder that I got at TK Maxx, and a few crystals scattered throughout. There's also a colour changing crystal light up there that I got from Typo. So yes, the top shelf has my Unearthed Crystals advent calendar box. It is empty, but it is very beautiful, and they did say that they will be doing like a refill option for it this year, so you don't have to buy a new box again. And it also has another one of the oil slick iridescent skulls, and this one is holding onto a selenite wand, which is nice spirally. So hanging up I have my couple of like going out dressy outfits that I've made. The first one I made to go see Joe Letts, who used to be the drummer for Combi Christ and is now the drummer for Aesthetic Perfection. He came to Brisbane and he did a DJ set at one of the goth clubs, so I made that outfit and I made my housemate a matching vest. The next thing over is the outfit that I wore to the Brisbane Gothic and Alternative Picnic last year, 2019, and it is my like cyber candy look, and I love it so much. Then I've got my fluffy boot covers that I've made, and then all of my dreadlocks, except for my current set, which are upstairs waiting to be brought back in. Under that I've got my things that don't fit on shelves easily, hairspray, my contact lens solution, and then I have my wigs. A sneaky wig video of buying 3 new wigs will be coming soon. This one may or may not be included in that, and you'll get to hear more about my thoughts in that video. Then I have my storage boxes. I have my 2 mystery boxes that I got from Jeffree Star, and my 3 lipstick bundle boxes. The 2 mystery boxes are full of the unit cartons for my other Jeffree Star stuff because I can't throw it out, it's so beautiful. And then I've also got my makeup brushes, my go-to lipsticks there as well. At the moment I have my light for lighting my background on there just so I can move stuff around easily and not worry about breaking it at all. Then I've got a basket with makeup to try, so at the moment I've got Flower Beauty makeup in there because I am going to be doing a full face first impression of Flower Beauty, just seeing how it works and seeing can you make a goth look with a drugstore brand. So stay tuned for that, subscribe if you want to see that video. Then I've got my makeup remover and cotton pads, a drink bottle because stay hydrated kids is very important, especially in Queensland when it's hot all the time. At the moment I have my 2 softbox lights stored in their bags and the backdrops on top of them, and then the backdrop setup is just in the corner. I also got this little step from IKEA because I can't quite reach my top shelf where I have just storage stuff. I have a steamer, my hair stuff up there. And then I also got this mirror from IKEA. It had on their website you can attach it to the wall with hinges and then you can store stuff behind it, but my housemate decided to build a little frame for it so that I could hang up all of my necklaces and my collars in there nice and easy, and they're all tucked away because there's a few and it was a bit messy. So this is a much nicer, neater way for me to do it. And then on the couch I have this beautiful Killstar cushion, who is a skull, a druzy skull, so he has holographic crystals in him and he fits perfectly with the aesthetic of this room, which is very much skulls and crystals. This isn't even all of my skulls. There are more upstairs, and some of them are my housemates, but there's a fair few more skulls. And so that is it for my room renovation, room makeover / studio tour. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below. This room is this really calming and just really enjoyable space for me to be in. I feel a lot more inspired to create, so I'm hoping that I will be able to create some more makeup looks for you and just create more content generally. So definitely subscribe if you'd like to see that. Leave a comment with your thoughts of the room. Do you like all the skulls? Are they not your thing? Let me know if there's any kind of looks that you'd like to see me create, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!